Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode number 11.
Wow.
Episode number 11 of In the Center of the Circle. It is my great pleasure to be in, please tell me where we are.
Glen Eden Beach, Oregon.
Thank you. I'm always wanting to say
Glen Eden Beach.
I'm always wanting to say Glen Eagles, which is somewhere in British Columbia, which is nowhere near here.
No.
So we're in Glen Eden Beach, which is close to between Lincoln City and
Depot Bay.
Okay, on the Oregon coast. So I'm excited to be here with this incredibly juicy man, and we'll talk to him in a minute. Bobby Lee is his name, and he and I will be attending a men's retreat this weekend in Oregon. That's why I'm down here. One of the reasons why I'm down here. And before we get started, I would like to do a little bit of a song by my beloved Janice Stanfield. It's called "All the Good." And if you want to sing along, please do, because that's the whole idea. It's very simple. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. Try it. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. Here's another melody. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. But the world needs all the good that I can do. Last time. But the world needs all the good that I can do.
Thank you, Janice Stanfield and
Nathan
Nathan Underwood. That's a nice tune.
Nathan Underwood.
Oh, Underwood. What's the matter with me? Nathan Underwood is a friend of mine from Alaska from many years ago.
All right. So,
Nathan Aswell, I'm calling you Nathan Underwood.
It's all right. It's as long as it's a good connection.
A slip in time. It's a very good connection.
Good. All right. So I am here with Bobby Lee, and Bobby and I know each other. We met, a year and a bit ago. I can't remember exactly when we met.
Maybe 4 years ago when you played the New Pacific Northwest New Thought Rally.
All right. So which happens every year in September at CSL Eugene.
Right.
And Reverend Linda Finley, who was the minister at CSL Eugene, turned to me at one of those events 2 years ago, and a bit actually almost 3 years ago now, and said, "We do a yearly men's retreat. You should come and lead it." And I said, "Okay." And I drew on past experiences that I had to do that, and it was my great honor and pleasure to do that last year, and I'm doing it again this year. And by far, one of the greatest things about that experience has been meeting this incredible man. So I knew that he would be the perfect person to talk about on the show. In the Center of the Circle is all about celebrating people who are just creating big lives, living full out, and celebrating their innate goodness. And I just see that so clearly in you.
Isn't life wonderful?
Yeah. And,
yes.
And you definitely inspired me, and I wanted to share you with the world.
Well, thank you.
And have you talk about you and your experience. And so the first question I want to ask you, and we were talking about this a little bit before we got going, the experience that you had, because I have an experience of you. I have always had that experience of you, of being someone who's very open-hearted and in all that you do. But was there some point where you made that decision? Something that happened in your life that got you to the Bobby that I now know? A course shift, a change in direction.
I think I've always sort of been open-hearted, very much so. I've loved life. I love people. But I had the pleasure of getting diagnosed with a cancer. And in the course of getting a test on my heart to see I was strong enough for the cancer, they discovered that my heart was in very, very bad shape. The vessels leading to my heart. And so I went from this test to critical care unit for 3 days till they got enough blood in the state of Alaska, my type, to do open heart surgery. They did a 6-way bypass.
6-way?
6-way.
I've never even heard of 6-way.
Yeah, I know it. That's what everybody says. But it's not that uncommon. 5-way is common, but yeah.
Okay.
And when I woke up from that, I was just so grateful for every single thing. It was snowing like crazy outside the door. It was beautiful. This was December 17th. The snow was just pouring down, and it was beautiful. And everybody that walked into my room or walked by was beautiful, and everything I saw was beautiful. And it just helped shift me from the mundane, everyday life to appreciating everything there was. I mean, I can even remember how good the first bite of Jell-O tasted, which is all they let me eat for a few days, you know. And I thought, it made me worry about myself when I thought Jell-O was tasting it. But still, it was that. Yeah. So that was a good pleasure. And during the course of the recovery of that, I decided that I'd do something that I hadn't done before, and that was go on a cruise. So I booked a cruise for myself.
So, and the cruise, as you've told me, started in Los Angeles.
Right. It started in Los Angeles. It went on what they call the Mexican Riviera, visited 3 ports in Mexico, and then ended back in Los Angeles. And on the last day of the cruise, I decided on my drive back to Alaska.
So you drove from Alaska?
And drove from Alaska down there. Yeah.
Okay.
Drove down, and you know, I drove down in 7 days, and then I spent 3 days with some friends in Los Angeles.
Okay.
This was right before Christmas, before I went on this cruise. But then on the return from this cruise, I decided I would stop and smell the roses.
All the way back.
All the way back
from
to
Los
Alaska.
Angeles to Alaska.
Right. I had a dream. Actually, wherein Spirit, we'll say, told me to go spread love, start a company called Spread Love, and spread love.
Wow.
And that resonated with me, and I wrote a lot about it to where I could do that. And so I decided, okay, I would start writing my little journal and smell the rose. So I drove back to Alaska on Highway 1, and every rose bush I saw, I stopped to smell.
Now, when you told me this story before, what I loved is you would, even if you were on the highway at 6-lane, whatever, and on the other side of the highway, you saw
you had to go
place.
see it. When you stop to smell the roses, you stop to smell the roses. Yeah. I went, my journey home comprised many circles.
And the other thing I really enjoyed about the story when you told me is you always told the people who own the roses what you were doing. So
I would ask, if there was a way to do it, I would ask. People would say, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I'd say, well, I'm smelling your roses. And, oh, well, thank you. Sometimes I'd go up and ask if it was okay.
Right.
And almost everybody, I think there was 2 people that really didn't want me to smell their roses, and I didn't. Although I did come on the way by, but I didn't get off the path, you know. But yeah, I did. And I would tell people a story, and it brought people great joy to hear that there was some guy that was actually journeying to Alaska and stopping to smell every rose.
Yeah. So so it took you 7 days to get from Alaska
about 30 days to drive home.
30 days to drive home.
Right. But I met a lot of wonderful people.
I
saw a lot of things. I ended up in towns I never would have ended up with when it was time to spend the night.
Yeah.
And it just changed my life to literally stop and smell the roses.
Yeah.
To this day, I love roses.
Yeah.
When I bought this home we're living in now, the first thing I did was go buy some roses to plant out front, and I went to find the ones that claimed they had the nicest aromas. So I planted roses you could smell.
Well, when I was thinking about the music that I wanted to share tonight, the song of mine that really resonates with that is Do That Thing. And Do That Thing is all about, literally, it's do that thing that makes you sing. Do the thing that just really makes you come alive.
the absolute surest path that we have, what our path is in life, is to follow your enthusiasm.
Yep.
If it makes you enthusiastic and passionate,
Yep.
do it.
So I'm going to just play a little bit of it. And if you want to sing along, please do. Right after this song, we'll check in with whoever's writing. Thank you for watching. Play the game so that everyone's the same. Toe the party line. Know the score so you're sure of what's in store. Watch for all the signs, yeah. Remedy, heard about it on TV. It's the latest thing. Surf the net so you know which one to get. It does everything. Ha! That whole scene's unraveling. Whatever feeds your soul, whatever makes you whole, whatever makes you feel, whatever makes you heal, whatever makes you sure, whatever makes you pure, whatever makes you sing, sing. Do that thing, animate, energize, stimulate, do it, vitalize, activate, galvanize, just do it. Listen up for a minute, stop your hurrying. What you're gonna get with all that worrying? So much to remember, so much to forget. It's gonna kill you if you aren't dead yet, so find a way to unwind. Clear your mind. There'll never be a better place and time, because now is all we have and all there is. So just do it. Just do it. Do that thing. That thing that makes you sing. Whatever feeds your soul. Whatever makes you whole, whatever makes you feel, whatever makes you heal, whatever makes you sure, whatever makes you pure, whatever makes you sing, sing. Do that thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You are watching episode number 11 of In the Center of the Circle, and we are in
Glen Eden Beach, Oregon.
Glen Eden Beach, Oregon, on the Oregon coast, and I'm here with one of my pals, Bobby Lee, and we will be at a men's retreat this weekend in Mackenzie Bridge.
That's going to be great fun,
Yeah,
yes.
it is going to be great.
St. Benedict's Lodge.
Yeah. Okay, so before I did do that thing, we were talking about that pivotal moment where you had your 6-way bypass surgery and came out of that, felt just, well, I guess it was, in a way, it was kind of like a near-death experience, really.
It was actually as a bring back to full life experience, is the way I looked at it. And, yeah.
Well said, thank you.
I knew I had gone to that hospital to get well, not to get sick or sicker, or dead. So and I did. But that's kind of, I kind of looked at it as just a little road bump.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Actually, I thought getting old was really tough, and I had so admired those old people that could keep going like that. I have no idea that it was my heart was not getting any blood pumped through it, the rest of my body. I just thought old people were just, they rock, boy. They really did rule, be able to do that.
So you had that experience. You came back and had that incredible journey of taking 30 days to get from Los Angeles after a cruise back to Alaska, smelling roses everywhere you saw them. And so how have you moved forward since that moment in your life, living this, living with an open heart?
Well, for me, it gave me time to study, and I got into studying the science of mind. I actually went into schooling and became a minister in Centers for Spiritual Living, or the science of mind, religious science. Mm-hmm. I did the work, I did the study, and brought forth that understanding that there's one life. We're all we're it. God is everything. That, in my way of looking at it, everything I see is God. Yeah. And there's only one life, and it's all moving forward, and it's all for me. And I got involved in those things that bring me alive. And, I became certified as a coach to teach Reverend Dr. Gary Simmons' wonderful program of the art and practice of living in a world where nothing and no one is against you. and being able to do that, being able to bring my enthusiasm to the world.
Yep.
I got asked to be to help create a new Center for Spiritual Living in Cottage Grove, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm the senior minister in Cottage Grove at the Cottage Grove Center for Spiritual Living,
Mm-hmm.
the spiritual leader.
Now,
And
where is Cottage?
that's south of Eugene on
Okay.
Highway I-5 in
Okay.
Oregon.
It's like
Kind of in the interior, in the Central Valley of Oregon.
Okay. It's about
Yes, sir.
what, like how far away from?
141 miles from Glen Eden Beach, from
Okay.
here, from where we sit.
And from Eugene.
Eugene, 25 miles.
Okay.
A little less, 20 miles
Okay.
from Eugene.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great joy to me to work with a group of people that are enjoying life, loving life. Well, as you well know, you and Jana were our first guest musicians at our first
And it was wonderful.
that we had last year. And speaking of Jana, I see that she's written in.
Well, let's have a look at who's written in. I was just going to say that. Who's
Guys, she wanted me to let you know that she's in Bangkok, but she's here and she's sharing it with others on Together We Can Change the World. What a wonderful program.
Yes.
Together We Can Change the World.
Yes.
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 You know, as we change ourselves, we do that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Who else has written? Is Meryl on there? I'm sure that Meryl. Is on there
I
somewhere.
see Lisa's on there.
Excellent.
Hi, everyone. Lisa, Meryl, hi, Jana. Woo woo.
Wonderful. That's great. This is my tribe.
Your tribe. I'm so glad
inner
to
circle,
see that.
They're faithful to watching the show, and I'm very grateful.
That is so wonderful
Yeah.
to have that. Hopefully, we were going to see some more people on there.
Yep. Well,
There's Sandy Hemingway. Hi from North Carolina.
hey, blessings, Sandy. Wow. Sandy
yes.
is a wonderful musician,
No.
wonderful songwriter, composer, and I know him from the positive music world.
Perfect.
Yeah, wonderful to have all those people with us. Okay, well, gee, I feel inspired to share a little bit more of a song. I wanted to share just little bits now because we're just going to be half an hour now instead of an hour, and this one feels like it wants to be shared. A little bit of my song, "A Prayer to You," and I really, that's what I was hearing when you were talking, Bobby. That basically everything that you do is an offering, is an act of love.
Life is sacred, and we're so blessed to get to do it and share it. And when we can just remember that and move through life with that, with awareness,
Yeah.
gratitude for everybody we see and all we do and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah.
May all that I think and all that I do be a prayer to you, a prayer to you, a prayer to you. May all that I think and all that I do be a prayer to you. Yeah. A prayer to you, my love. In every face may I see you. In every voice may I hear you. In all that is, may this be true. May we be one. May I be. May all that I think and all that I do be a prayer to you. A prayer to you. A prayer to you. May all that I think and all that I do be a prayer to you. A prayer to you, my love.
Oh, yes. Oh, that is so appropriate.
Thanks, Bobby.
You know,
Thanks.
I thank you for that.
For those of you, joining us a little late, this is In the Center of the Circle, episode number 11, and we are coming to you live from
Glen Eden Beach, Oregon, the home of Reverend Bobby Lee.
the home of Reverend Bobby Lee,
Yes.
the immortal, the eternal. So,
True.
what's tell
That's
us?
all true.
Tell us the latest that's happening at CSL Cottage Grove. What's
CSL Cottage Grove has been growing on this steady, wonderful basis. We just graduated 2 weeks ago, our first foundations class members. And last week, the most amazing Karen Hewitt has joined our ranks as the assistant minister. So I've got some help, and we've got a lot of new energy, a lot of good energy, and towards growing a center and the small community of Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove is a community of about 10,000 people.
Okay. And for those who don't know what Foundations is, just say
Foundations class is the first class that you study when you study religious science or science of mind.
Okay.
It's the foundations, where it came from, the basis of it, the 10 core principles of God is all there is. Can't go wrong if you understand that.
Yep.
Everything is sacred. Yeah.
So what's next? What's coming? What are you looking forward to?
Oh, I'm actually looking forward to teaching some more classes, new classes, expanding our music program. We entered in the course of becoming affiliated with the national organization, Centers for Spiritual Living, and that was just completed 3 weeks ago. We finally got the notice 3 weeks ago. And they met on the last weekend of last month, and they notified us 10 days later or something like that. And it's an ongoing process of doing that. So we're growing. I've got 2 people that are studying to be practitioners far along in the program, and strongly supporting it, and a group of new people that it's growing. It's wonderful. It's having fun, and we're looking forward to creating music. Music and more music. So
is this you? Is this you saying out loud that you want to draw someone to be a music minister at your center?
Well, not necessarily, no,
Okay.
because we've got right now Sean Ferguson is our music director, and he's doing a great job, of that. He has been expanding his music ability. You're going to be amazed when you see him. He's playing the guitar now. He's playing the piano now.
Wow.
This is a drummer that's doing these things.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it's a great joy to see that and have him be part of that. And we're inviting other people in. We've now got a budget of $30 a week to pay for people to come do that. And as our center grows and the income grows, that's going to naturally grow right up. We just understand the principle of music goes straight to people's souls. We love it. It's an important part of our ceremony. And we want to expand that.
Beautiful.
And do that.
Yep.
So we're doing that, and we're learning more how to remember that, to love people.
Yeah, excellent.
Everyone.
I'd like to hear you say a little bit about this weekend that we're about to experience
wonderful.
together.
Yes.
The men's retreat. Just anything that you'd like to say about the men that will be there, just the rich gathering.
This men's retreat is the men's retreat at the Center for Spiritual Living, Eugene, Oregon, which was my home church and where I did my studying. My home center, pardon me, and where I did my studying. And the men from that center have been gathering for a number of years, with the men's retreat. The first one I ever went to was with them.
Right.
You led it last year.
I did.
And we went a little bit deep into expanding ourselves. I'll never forget, and I've told a number of wives this, my take on what you taught us
Please share
was so important to me.
Okay, so let me say what I remember saying.
Okay.
And then you say what you remember hearing.
Okay.
So what I shared with Bobby was, the importance of us as men, as partners, as parents of children, to listen well. And I jokingly shared the 4 principles, the 4 most important words that men can share with their partners, which are great because they can be used individually or as part of a cluster. Oh, yeah, right, sorry. Or how would you say that? Because I'm Canadian. How would you say the last one?
Sorry.
Okay. Jan is always teasing me about how I say the word sorry. Anyway.
No, that was good enough.
And what you heard was...
this is what I've been telling everybody that you taught us all. Yes, dear. You're right. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Right. Which veers more toward ho'oponopono.
That is closer to maybe that, yes. Yeah. But to me, and it's really funny because I hear that, and some women think that I'm being sarcastic about that. Right. But I'm actually not being sarcastic about that. Yeah. I'm being open and honest about what a difference that makes in a relationship when you can go to the one you are in relationship with and just say, yes, dear, yes,
Yep.
you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. In earnest.
Yeah.
Because why would you want to hold anything less than love? This is one thing I learned from the most excellent Nancy, who I'm privileged to be married
She
to.
was sitting and taking all of this in a
What I
very
learned-
comfortable position, I might add.
Yes. What I learned from her was that anytime I see her as less than whole, complete, and perfect, it's not her that needs to go stand in front of the mirror.
Absolutely right.
And once I really deeply realized that, I was able to take that just not from our relationship, but out into the world.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at someone and seeing a problem, it's not them with the problem.
Yep.
You know, once I realized that, I began growing as a person.
Beautiful.
You know? And that's what I'm trying to teach.
Yes, well, you're trying to teach, and you're teaching it right now, brother. So, thank you.
There we go.
So, if people want to know more about you, the best way for them to reach you is your Facebook page
Yeah, probably the Facebook page
for CSL
Center for Spiritual Living, Cottage
Cottage
Grove.
Grove.
Yeah.
So, as is my custom, I will put that information on the video that I will make of this show. That will be posted probably early tomorrow morning, Friday, and added to my YouTube page of all the videos of the show.
That's one of the best ways to meet me. The way I think is the best way to meet me is to come to the Cottage Grove Community Center at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoons and join us in our celebration service.
Good. Okay. Well, believe it or not, we're already down to the last few minutes.
Time flies when you're having fun.
So thank you, Bobby. It was my great
thank
pleasure
you,
to call you
Nathan.
my friend, and I look forward to the weekend that we're about to have.
The same, Nathan. It is a great pleasure to have a man that I can be honest and open and sharing with, and that can teach that and share that and help teach me how to teach that. This is a very special weekend we're heading to, admit.
It is indeed.
Where we get to really share with each other in safety.
Absolutely. Absolutely right. So to take us out, I would like to do Karen Drucker's version of, actually, I don't even know what this is called. It's her version of metta. Maybe she calls it loving kindness, I'm not sure. But same idea as the one that I wrote, Meryl. It's just a little shorter. May I be filled with loving kindness. May all be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. I'll sing it again. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. Let's sing that again and sing you. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. Let's sing we. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. Back to I last time. May I be peaceful and at ease. I keep messing up the words, don't I? May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. You have been listening and watching In the Center of the Circle, episode number 11, coming to you live from
Dunedin Beach, Oregon.
And it's been my great pleasure to be hanging out with my soul brother, Bobby Lee, who is a minister at Centers for Spiritual Living in Cottage Grove, Oregon. We'll be spending the weekend together at a men's retreat, and just can't wait for that.
Life is good.
So we have set a wonderful tone for the weekend. So peace and blessings to all of you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope I've made some changes to the format. I would love some feedback for those of you who have watched several of the shows to see what you think of the changes, and I hope they have served you well. And so, have a wonderful week. Go with love.
Peace and blessings.
Namaste.
Namaste.